friends. Who's ready for another adventure with Miss Bernie? Are you ready? Okay, I've got my key. Let me give you yours. 1, 2, 3, catch. And get ready to unlock our imagination. All right. Well, today we're going back to the ocean. If you were with Miss Bernie last time, we visited the beach. We had a lovely day at the beach. We did all kinds of fun stuff together. And now today, we're going back to that place that's called the ocean. That big body of water is called the ocean. So let's get ready for this adventure. I'm going to need you to use your imagination again. And if you have an area in front of you, that can be your ocean, maybe a big carpet. If you have a cloth or a blanket or a big towel, whatever you choose to use to be your ocean, that's going to be your space. Because today we're going to move and wiggle like the creatures who live in the ocean. All right? The other thing is, if you have some type of a rope or long ribbon or yarn, Miss Bernie has showed you this when we did an enchanted forest movement. I like to use this jump rope that's blue, but if you have one, it can be moving water. If you have two grown-ups or two friends that can hold it low to the ground, one on each side, and you stretch it out and they wiggle it back and forth, you can be jumping over it like you're jumping over the waves. All right? It can move slow or fast. It could go a little bit high or a little bit low. If you are with one other friend, one person can hold it and you actually can tape the other side down. Put a piece of tape on it and that will hold it to the floor or the carpeting. Okay? Or, again, you can just pretend that you are jumping over those waves. So let's get started, friends. If you also have some little stuffed animals or big stuffed animals that are all about ocean life and sea life, you may want to get them so that they can be part of your adventure. You can spread them around on the ocean with you or hold on to them and jump into the ocean together. It's up to you. As much as you want to create in your imagination the ocean adventure. So I'm going to show you some images, some pictures of things that I have that live way out there in the ocean. Like fish, for instance. There are thousands of different kinds of fish. This one's a clownfish. How would you move your body if you were a fish? Out in the ocean, you have all of that space to move around. What kind of fish are you and how are you moving? Show me. Are you wiggling your tail? Are you shaking your fin? Your fin's on the side. Your fin on the top. Did you know that when fish move together in a group, that it's called a school of fish? Isn't that crazy? It is. It's called a school. Are you in a school of fish? Let me see. Great. Oh, who knows the name of these sea creatures? If you said dolphins, you're right. I have seen dolphins at the beach. Have you been on the shore and looked way out there sometimes and you could see them jumping up out of the water? They look like they're having a great time. They always look like they're having so much fun. How would you be a dolphin? Show me. Can you move your body up and like you're jumping up out of the water and then back down again? Look at those dolphins. I can see you in my imagination. I can see you doing it. Okay, dolphins. What is this sea creature? If you said an octopus, you are right. I have never seen one at the beach, but I have when I have visited an aquarium. How many of you have ever seen a real octopus? And if you watch them in movies or programs, it's really cool to see how they move themselves through the water. They have a movement where they push themselves up, 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 and through the water. And it's really pretty to watch how they do that. They have these 8 long arms and tentacles. And I can see all those little wiggly octopi moving through the ocean. Nice. This is a friendly looking whale. There are lots of different kinds of whale. But how are you moving? Most of them, I believe, are enormous. What size of a whale are you right now? Are you going to be a great big gigantic whale moving through the water, splashing your giant tail when you go down under? I've seen them do that. Or are you going to be a little baby whale? Are you going to have a spout on top that shoots water up? This one is called an orca, or killer whale. What kind of whale are you? All right, let's see what else. Oh, I wish I could just jump right in. This is kind of a fun picture of a little sea creature, but I'm guessing you know the name. If you said jellyfish, you are right. Have you seen jellyfish move through the water? I have also seen them when I've gone to an aquarium. On the real beach, when I've seen them, they were not moving. They were laying up along the shore, resting. But when they are moving through the water, they're really graceful. That's kind of gentle, the way they move. Show me how you're being a jellyfish, moving gracefully, gently through your ocean. Good job. Oh, the shark. They're fierce, aren't they? There are lots of different kinds of sharks. I believe they all have very sharp teeth and lots of sharp teeth. I know they come in different sizes, and really some are different shapes. The hammerhead shark is a very different shape than the other sharks. I do know they all have fins, they all have tails, they all have lots of teeth. So I wonder what kind of shark you are right now. And do you think that they move fast or slow or both? Because when they're hungry for lunch, they're going after some of those other sea creatures, right? They are. So show me if you are a shark who's moving slowly and then super fast. Let me see you. Oh, I see you, little sharks. Nice. And you can probably think of a bunch more. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sea creatures. What other kind can you think of? Okay, and you can move and wiggle that way. I have an activity for you today if you would like to do a little bit of an art project about the ocean. It may be something you've done before, and it may not. But if you have a piece of paper and crayons, I had to really look hard for crayons in my house. Miss Bernie uses markers most of the time. And in my classroom, we use markers a lot, different kinds of markers. But we always do have crayons. Crayons are going to work really good for this project I'm going to show you. If you had crayons, you kind of want to press kind of hard with them because you want to be able to see what you're going to draw, see it kind of dark. And I'm going to draw like some sea creatures. If you know how to draw a circle, could that turn out to be a sea creature? Yes. Or an oval? It can. And yours can look however you want to. But all I'm going to do is add a little triangle and a squiggly line and a dot. And look, I have a fish. I'm going to add a big squiggly line here and a triangle. I could put a triangle up here and a dot. And I have some fish. Could I make, I mean, you can make whatever you want. What if I do an oval this way and I give it 8 wiggly jiggly lines? And 2 eyes. And a mouth. I think I made an octopus. You can do whatever you would like, friends, whatever kind of sea creatures and shapes. Use your imagination. Sometimes I'll add different sizes of O's because I like it to pretend that I'm making bubbles, like they're all blowing bubbles, bloop, 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 under the ocean. And if I would have had a green one here, or purple or pink, if you do squiggly lines like this, it can look like seaweed across the bottom. If I do zigzag lines like this, side to side, it does look like I'm making waves, doesn't it? It does. But the fun part that's going to make it look like it's all underwater is to paint over it, to kind of wash it over. And this part could be a little bit tricky for you. I'd like you to do this project on a mat or on a table that's protected with a tablecloth or a plastic mat or a little tray, because the next part is where you're going to make it look like an ocean that will be right on top of this. If you have watercolors, that's awesome. You just get out your blue. If you have blue and green, blues and greens with lots of water, keep dipping it back into the water. And you're trying to not paint each thing. You can color each thing however you want to, but you're trying to cover the whole paper now with blue and green water. And if you don't have it, like watercolors, I'm going to show you, you can ask your grown-up. For sure your grown-up would have to help. If you get a little bit of water in your cup, and if your grown-up has food coloring, this is the part they would have to help you with. They might have food coloring. We use it when we want to make different colors of frosting for cakes and different things, but it's hard to get out. If it gets on your skin or on your clothes, it's going to take a couple baths and hand washings. So please let your grown-ups help you with this part. But if you have food coloring, just have your grown-up open the top, and it only takes a couple squirts. 1, 2, 3. Because it's got to be kind of dark. But did you see? I just made blue water. And if your grown-ups can do that for you, if you don't have watercolors and your grown-up says it's okay, this now is blue water. Okay? You just need to do it on a mat or on a tablecloth that your mommy says is okay, or your grown-up says it's okay, that you can have your table or your area protected. But now I'm just going to take that brush and I am going to brush right on top of everything that I just did with my crayon. You could add green. You could have another cup of blue and green. I love that because look at how the ocean is different colors of blue. And in some places it does look almost green. And once you brush, brush, brush over your whole picture, if you have this kind of brush, or if you have preschool brushes or different kinds of brushes, okay? But once you brush it all over and when it dries, it will look so beautiful. It will look a lot like this, which is just a really beautiful, colorful picture of an underwater scene. And that's what you will have. So remember, crayons, and then a little bit of blue water or watercolor. All right, friends? Well, I hope you had fun with Miss Bernie today, visiting the ocean. I wish we could jump in and go for a swim together. But I'm going to get ready to say goodbye to you, and then I'm going to leave you with a little bit of beach music like I did yesterday. Okay, friends, how are we saying goodbye today? I think I might use my ears. And what language? Have we done French in a while? Au revoir. Okay, so let's say goodbye. Everybody say goodbye. Everybody say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. French. Au revoir. Everybody. Au revoir. Everybody, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir. Goodbye, my friends. I am taking my sunglasses and I'm leaving this beach. But first, I'm going to put on some music. Mwah. Love you, everyone. Until we meet again.